What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another Lovecraft Country Talk. This time for episode 5, it is called Strange Case. Now, this one right here was a crazy one, and I will not lie, guys. Probably one of my favorites in the bunch that we got so far, just based on the subject nature. But before we get into the topic of tonight's episode, guys, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up if you guys do appreciate Lovecraft Country Talk, and make sure to hit that subscribe and bell notification to get notified about more reviews like this. All right, so Lovecraft fam, this did debut September 13th, 2020. Let me know your thoughts before I get into it in the comments below. But anyway, my thoughts on this episode right away. We get our kind of cliffhanger ending from the last episode where Ruby ends up with William in his bed, and we get to see kind of her transformation, her waking up as Dell, a character that we saw in, I believe it was Whitey's on the Moon, which was episode 2. So we get a jump call back to that character there, and she wakes up as this woman, Dell, obviously not in her black skin anymore. She is now white, amongst her Chicago South Side natives, and she is freaking out. And I loved seeing the interaction, her just kind of running around looking really bizarre, and automatically the cops think that one of the little black kids did something to her. And I'm like, whoa, this is like a total mind flip of what she is used to. So I'm glad they kind of threw that in there so she can kind of see how it is on the flip coin, just a different skin color, what could happen in her situation being there. All right, and next up, and I confirmed this on so many other people's podcasts, on my podcast, I said that Montrose was possibly gay, and they had hinted at it at the last episode, even way back to the first episode, how he knew, he always hung out at the bar, but there could have been possibly more with the owner, with the bar tender, Sammy. I'm not sure if he's the owner. I got to kind of go back and revisit that, but Sammy, they do have a relationship, and they explore that a little more, and we get to see kind of, a sex scene from them, but also a drag queen scene, which was extremely underground for way back then. I mean, it's even taboo now, but back then, and as being, African-American men, that was extremely frowned upon. So, we get to see kind of the underbelly, the underground level of being, a drag queen, black drag queen in those times. And Montrose, man, it seems like he almost goes into a trance and just lets loose. He is free in that moment after having a crazy graphic fight with Atticus, just over pretty much the death of Yahima from the last episode, the cliffhanger we left off on where she got her throat slit. So, he knows he's out to kind of just ruin their plans, ruin Atticus and Letitia's plans, and he's casted out, and he is not verbal through this whole episode. It just seems like he has depression on his face, and he only finds comfort in Sammy. And he, it's actually a pretty beautiful thing that they have kind of going. It's a destructive thing, it seems like, because he's holding a lot inside. But I'm glad they actually showed that side, that light, I guess, from the side of Sammy, because it seems like Sammy is definitely the more loving of the two in the relationship or whatever they have going on. Now, another huge point that we did get, guys, was the relationships once again between Atticus and Letitia. So we get to see a sex scene between them. And the first time we got to see a little bit of action was the third episode, I believe, where it's just kind of wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, on the bathroom counter. And it was just really quick. This one was a little more graphic, as HBO likes to get a little in there for its adult viewers. And we got to see that after that scene, when they're kind of just washing up or whatever, that Letitia and Atticus kind of explain their upbringing, how, Letitia kind of explains, how she wanted to have sex with the right man and be with him and make sure it was the right one, as well as Atticus kind of explaining he didn't know what love was. He knew that his parents were in love, but it was kind of unknown to him. He also talks about the Asian woman that he met in Korea, Jia, who we get to explore also on the phone call at the end of this episode, which is still very cryptic what she's going to play into this whole series. So let me know in the comments below. Jia, what do you guys think? That's Jamie Chung's character. So I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on who she's going to play, what she's going to play in Lovecraft Country. Let me know in the comments below. And I gotta definitely give kudos to the visual effects team for making the Metamorphosis scenes so damn gory. I was just when, Ruby's pulling the skin off and, sticking her hands deep in the back of the skin, just ripping it off. That was insanity to me. And I got to definitely give kudos once again to that graphic department. And last but not least, guys, something that was hinted, amongst us podcasters for a couple of weeks now, we all suspected that Christina was William. You never saw him in the same room. And we got that final metamorphosis confirmation at the end of this episode. And I'm glad we did, because now it's confirmed, and I thought that was cool, and it leads to a lot more questions. Obviously, I think she wanted to be a man when it suited her. She wanted to be a woman, when it suited her as well, and there was those power plays where she can kind of fit both gender roles, and she definitely manipulated Ruby along the way, as well as Letitia, Atticus, everyone around her, pretty much to her gain. But what is her gain? What's her final chess move? We're about to see in the next couple of episodes, but that's pretty much it for Strange Case, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about episode 5. I was actually really pumped at the end of this one. Even though it has a lower rating on IMDb, I'm feeling this one a lot more than most people are in the last 5 that we got. But let me know where this ranks for you so far. This is the mid-season finale, guys. There's only 5 more episodes left. Let me know how you're feeling Lovecraft Country once again down in the comments below. And if you guys did appreciate my spoiler talk on this episode 5, please give me a thumbs up and make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe and bell notification once again to get alerted about more reviews like this. Till next time, guys, I'm gone. Peace.